Welcome to a Cosmic Energy Update with multidimensional energy specialist Raquel Spencer.
Well, hello everyone, this is Raquel and welcome. We are going through quite a physical adjustment at this time as we are sitting, 10 days or so after one of the largest spikes in the Schumann Resonance that we've experienced in our lifetime, and actually as long as it's been being recorded. When this kind of spike in the Schumann Resonance happens, it's literally a quick read into our physical matrix. It goes in and it very quickly, in time and space, sets a new energetic in our own physical matrix. And then it takes us a while to adjust because the body is in such physical form, still such density, and we're always going to be in density because we're in physicality. That is part of being in physical form, is holding physicality in a way that allows us to be present in this reality. But as we go through these upshifts and as we go through the experience of having things like the Schumann Resonance and the solar flares and all of the activity that is happening in the physical world on the energetic affect our systems in our bodies, we go through adjustment periods. And that's definitely what we're in at the moment. We've gone through a quite large spike in the Schumann Resonance that affected our fields. And it's meant to. This is part of the awakening process. You guys have read a lot, I'm sure, on the internet and different things about what the Schumann Resonance is doing. But it's part of the acclimation, if you will, to living in higher states of consciousness. And as the Schumann Resonance spikes and hits higher frequencies, it does a ripple effect through all of physicality here on the planet. And we as humans are experiencing a reset, if you will. Because when the Schumann Resonance hit up to 90, which is the largest spike that we've felt so far in this reality, it hits the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. It actually affects the way in which the body functions. And so once we hit that spike, the body went into a reset, a reconfiguration. And it's very important that we have these momentary spikes to begin to acclimate to this higher consciousness, this higher existence, if you will. And thank goodness it doesn't stay there, because our systems would blow, quite frankly. They would not be able to handle that kind of a shift all at one time. And this is why we're seeing over the last couple of years these mini spikes, these hitting of higher frequencies on the Schumann Resonance, and then it goes back down. Because this is a priming, if you will. This is a way in which we have an opportunity to feel that energy, to have that energy surge through our system, through our matrix, and then give our bodies time to acclimate. And that's exactly what is happening right now. So many of you may be experiencing times when you need to just shut down, times when you need to just sleep, if you will, an extra amount of time, or you need to just have space to relax. Because as the body goes through this upshift and recalibrates, resets in a way that allows for higher frequencies to become available to run through the system has to almost shut down and then reboot. It's not a total reboot. It's just a momentary shift that is going on. so that we have more incremental upshifts in the way that our body functions, which is much more pleasing. It's much more of a pleasant way in which to reset the body. And so many of you may have experienced in the last 10 days or so a need for the body to shut down, the need for a definite increase in the amount of sleep that you're receiving and getting each night. You may have noticed that you need different foods or have had different cravings of foods as things shift in your body. Again, I've spoken about this many times before, but food is one of the quickest, fastest ways to shift energy in the body. And for many, you may have had cravings or desires from childhood as the body ingests the frequency of childhood favorites. We're able to release and reconfigure much quicker. So some of you may have been having those kinds of cravings from childhood, things that you haven't eaten in 15, 20, 30, sometimes 40 years, coming back into your awareness and that craving, because when you eat that actual food and vibration, it actually can go into the system and release deeply. And so you've experienced some of that. Many of you have been experiencing the need for comfort food, as we call it, things that we normally wouldn't eat, but are just being desired and craved at this time, because the body, again, is going back and releasing the next level. And I know many are like, when are we going to stop releasing? When is it going to be over? And the truth in the matter is we are evolving, and we hold the blueprint from the entire lifetime and from the DNA of the ancestor, the lineage. So the goal is not to move out of physicality. The goal is to be able to hold higher frequencies in physicality, to release the denser vibrations and frequencies that hold the old patterns. And to do that, many times they have to be revisited. And so many of you are experiencing that right now through bouts of desire through food is the one that I've really noticed, especially over the last couple of weeks. Many of you have gone into deep states of depression. Why am I here? What am I doing? Nothing seems to be working. Everything's falling apart. And again, I want to remind you, many times it's that kind of process that is required to help you shift the quickest. And so if everything seems to be falling apart in your life or big pieces of it, I want you to bless it at this time, because it means that part is ready to truly release so that something new can be birthed. As we move into higher frequencies and higher levels of consciousness, again, remember, it is the body that allows us this journey. It is our role as the light workers, as the forerunners, to hold a different template of light, to hold and build a new blueprint that will be part of the evolution for all of humanity in the years and decades to come. And so as we do this, as we go through these spikes in the Schumann Resonance, as the actual vibration of the planet shifts, we too are shifting. And she is our ride through the cosmos. As she shifts, our presence upon her and our willingness to be the blueprint, to move through the evolutionary process, to move into higher states of consciousness as the forerunners, is exactly what the opportunity is at this time. So I invite you to, when we get in these states of extra sleep or really processing very deep, the resets, the cravings, the shifts, and the part of our reality that is crumbling to allow rebirth, I invite you to stay in a space of celebration. I invite you to stay in a space of remembering the bigger picture, that it's not just about you individually, although the evolution and the experience is felt individually. It is part of the bigger picture. It is part of the reason we're here, to reset, to bring in new templates of light in the way that the body holds consciousness, and to remember to celebrate the process. We are the forerunners. We are those who said yes to come in and really build the bridge between the way consciousness was held in the physical form for decades, centuries, and to build the bridge into the new way in which consciousness will be held on this planet through the beautiful physicality that is our body. And so I invite you to hold that truth in your awareness as we move into more and more light being held in the body. That we are the forerunners. We are the masters who said yes, that we knew it was going to be a challenge. Nothing worthwhile ever is easy, or everyone would do it. So celebrate the knowing that you're aware enough to understand that there is a metamorphosis going on at the physical level of your body to embrace the higher levels of consciousness.